guys, welcome back to the channel. We are snowed in up here in Liberty, Utah, and we got another 5 inches of snow last night on top of the 1.5 feet that I had cleared out yesterday. So we have got to get this mini tractor up and running. I ran the big John Deere all damn day yesterday, moving a ton of snow. So I have a confession to make. My last video of the JB Weld repair for the hydraulic lines, well, excuse the noise, the dumpster trash truck is here picking up the trash dumpster. Well, it did not hold. So that method, as I mentioned in that other video, I've used, and it has worked to seal air conditioning aluminum lines, the JB Weld pinholes in it, pinholes that happen from corrosion. But in this case, when you got high pressure pushing from the inside out, high liquid hydraulic pressure, I'm not sure if anybody knows how high the pressure runs in these little 140 tractors, let me know. But so what we're gonna do today is we're gonna make some new lines out of brand new 5/16 steel, and we're going to flare the ends and try to hopefully fix this tractor once and for all. So sure enough, like I said, I fixed the first one and I thought that it solved the problem. This was the second one that I fixed, but turns out it actually pushed through the JB Weld on that other one, and then after installing the second one, it popped that out real quick in a hurry. I think I chipped that out a little bit, but not recommended. So, I mean, the other solution would be to run a union, but now that I've kind of built up around the tube here, that's not going to be the best choice. So we're going to try to start from scratch and run this thing with some brand new steel line. I apologize for the lighting. It's so damn cold out here in the barns. You can see my breath. And the light bulbs that I have won't even warm up enough to actually kick out much light. So we're just gonna have to deal with that. Perfect. So what we're gonna try to do is salvage the ends of these, because they have the special, you know, we got to reuse these ends as well as the ferrules, which on this one the ferrule stays attached, so it's kind of separated from the end of the nut there. So we're gonna cut this off, and hopefully we can salvage that because we need that. And then we're going to replace these male style with those. Now, this is a double flared end, but the line is too long, so we're going to cut one end off, and then we're going to bend it into shape, and hopefully we get the thing working. So for the tools that we're going to use for this are, so we've got a little tube cutter, a bender, which I was fortunate to actually find this thing. Almost couldn't find it. And almost couldn't find this thing too. So just a Taiwanese made old-fashioned flaring tool. Okay, and then give ourselves a little bit more, just for good measure. Okay, just a little twist. And as it gets looser, tighten it down a little more. Now I recognize this is not any groundbreaking video content, but I haven't had a whole lot to do out here lately, so just trying to produce something while we wait for summer to come around. And other than repairing tractors and removing snow, there's just not a whole lot of activity here on the farm for the time being. So I picked up these two steel lines, polymer coated from Napa, 11 bucks a piece, 5/16, 40 inch. So yeah, it's got a coating on it. That'll help with corrosion, obviously, but the concern is, I don't know if those ferrules are going to slide over very easily. So that could be a problem. So they're not steel. Looks like copper. There may be copper lines. Okay, so now we need to get both of these off. We're not going to be using those. So this does look like steel from back in the day. Now let's hope that this thing slide over that. Come on, little buddy. All right, perfect. Very nice. But I'm pretty sure the double flare will seal. It should. And I'm not going to go to the hassle of trying to make a double flare on this other side because it didn't come with that. Now these things are made for brake lines, so certainly they should hold enough pressure. All right, so we got the one side on. Now let's start bending it like the other one. We're going to use the correct size so we don't flatten it. Okay, so this is going to be the middle one in our case. And we're going to make sure our end is out there, because once it's bent, we ain't going to get it back. We're just going to go for not even quite a 45 degree. Okay, we'll do a 45. That's the key right there. I mean, that's why that's designed like that, so that it captures the tube and prevents it from squishing out flat. It's lined up and straight, up and down. There we go. It's a good start anyway. Not sure where I picked this one up from, but it looks to be pretty darn old. Pretty sure we're just going to bring it right up close to the end there. Interesting, the way that thing's cut is in a bow, so that no matter which side you're using, which line you're using, it will crimp down on that with those little threads. And hopefully that's enough. Now this would be a lot easier with like the vise or something over here, but don't have my workbench set up yet, so don't have a vise yet. Got a workbench set up out at the Roosevelt base. All right, let's try it. Nice. That's it. Practically go till she stops. Dang, that sucker crimps down tight. Tell you what. Well, there we have it. Probably didn't need to go quite that tight on either of those, but I think that's going to work pretty well. At least I hope. Let's see. Fit down inside there. There we go. That's going to be just fine. Well, there you have it, folks. 2 new lines that will hopefully get this little mini tractor back up in business. So, like I said, I know it's nothing super groundbreaking, but hey, we passed 300 subscribers on the channel here, and so this content that I made today isn't necessarily great content for now, but we're building something for the future, and if you're willing to stick around and check out what we're doing around here, we'd be happy to have you along. So snow I was talking about. I'm glad I waited to clear that roof off. So let's see how the little 140 handles all this snow. I moved about a foot, maybe 14-15 inches off of this whole pad with the big John Deere yesterday. Now it's the mini John Deere's turn.